why has Nancy Pelosi called us back to Washington, D.C.? Instead, she should have called us back to get Americans home from Afghanistan in the wake of President Biden's disastrous retreat. But did she? No. Speaker Pelosi and her Democrat colleagues have determined that now, of all times, is the appropriate time to bring up Bernie Sanders' radical $3.5 trillion budget that will further wreak havoc on the American economy. If passed, Americans would be burdened with hundreds of billions in new debt. The new Democrat spending will exacerbate inflation, which is already on pace to be the highest in 40 years. In Georgia, used cars are up 56%, food prices 4.8%, and residents are paying 74% more for gasoline. Under the Republicans' Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, families in Georgia received an average tax cut of $2,000. Yet Pelosi plans to bring a budget to the House floor that would reverse that tax relief for my state and every other state. Democrats plan to break new ground in expanding the federal government's footprint by establishing new social welfare programs to expand government-run health care, to create the Civilian Climate Corps to carry out Representative Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal agenda. This budget will give amnesty to millions of illegal aliens. And one of the worst ones, potentially increase the size of the IRS by thousands of agents. You know, as someone who has personally experienced IRS abuse, so much that I was asked to testify against the IRS in 2015, the commissioner at the time, Commissioner John Koskinen, was forced to publicly apologize to me and the other two witnesses. And then Congress even named a federal law after me, the Clyde Respect Act, and it was that law that took away the civil asset forfeiture authority that the IRS was abusing for the purposes of extortion. So don't tell me that increasing the IRS is for the purpose of helping each and every one of us do our tax returns more efficiently. No, this would be to further weaponize them against political enemies. These are just a few of the most egregious provisions in the Democrat deal. What's more, the $3.5 trillion budget resolution was sent to the House in tandem with the Senate's $1.2 trillion infrastructure deal, for a combined total of $4.7 trillion in new federal spending. Not a solitary Republican or Democrat should vote for this. Socialists maybe, communists might, but not a Republican or a Democrat. This $4.7 trillion in spending will wreak havoc on our economy at a time when we desperately need stability and we need Americans to get back to work. The Speaker should immediately stop this fool's errand and get the focus of the House on saving American lives stuck behind enemy lines in Afghanistan. And with that, I yield to my friend from South Carolina, Ralph Norman.